Pilates is not easy. We all know that. And it's not gonna, it might be really hard to roll in a little ball shape. So I'll talk us through it, but if you feel like your legs are gonna start to drop and we can't hold the balance, so be it, right?
They're heavy, reach the arms up to the ceiling, keep them really nicely dropped in the shoulder joint. And then we're going to come into our abdominal curl. Now here is your first stop. If you're new to this, you can just kind of do an abdominal curl, but if you feel like you want to go for it, you're going to start to move your, and then bend your knees, lower your feet, lower your head.
Forward bend here. I can really keep my spine rounded, pulling the heels down. And then initiating from the pelvis, we're going to roll back. We're going to go 6 of those. This was 1. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, flex your feet. And exhale. Picking up, pulling the kidneys back, pulling the sits bones back. Use your hand. You take your time. You can be done. But knowing we're doing 12 of these, that's the classical repertoire. Squeeze the inner thighs. Use your arms. Now, how slow can you control it down? If we would do a full-on mat class, and we might do it one day, who knows? You would not stop. You would just keep going. There's no break. You want to be done in 35 minutes, and you have 36 exercises. Circles. So option 1, we're going to have a little bend in our standing leg, and we're going to do those circles with a bent knee. Right? That's a great option. There's an moving leg because we don't want to push through the knee, and a little bend in that bottom leg, in that floor leg. Arms are going to go down by your side, and we're going to start to circle. Now your circles are going to be as big as they can be without rotation in your pelvis. That work, we would be just rolling up because we're taking every opportunity to make it part of the exercise. Every transition is an exercise. Okay, so here we go. You have options. The first option would just to be coming into what we call a balance point. You can hold onto your hamstrings. We're sitting up, but we're not sitting fully on the sits bone. We're going to see, can I rock a slight bit behind my sits bones without fully falling back or dumping the shape of my spine into a specific part that works really, really well or moves a lot. So option 1 is just holding onto your hamstrings. Your knees are here, right? That's okay. So we're trying to make as round of a shape as we can. Eventually, you're gonna hug your shins back into your thigh bones. So again, even of a rounder shape. And then we're playing around a little bit with just rolling back, making sure you're looking down at your pubic,
fully tilt towards emptying the soup that's in the pelvic bowl. We'll do one more time. Check in. Are both hip bones moving at the same speed for the same amount? Really paying attention to that. If one thing moves too much and one other thing too little, that's when we kind of get in trouble. We've already done some leg circles, but circling the thigh bone is one of my all-time favorite things to do. Reverse the circle. And I feel like it might feel even a little easier if we can hold on to that patella. I hope that works, Lisa, to not have that knee clunk so much. Flex your feet as well. Imagine you can push your feet into a wall that is non-existent underneath your feet, and feel how just that thought of pushing the feet and the isometric work of thighs into hands, hands into thighs exponentially increases the work. You're dropping the chin. We're going to settle the brain back a little bit for long back of the neck and a very short front of the neck. And you're going to push both hands into your left leg and your left leg into your hands, and we're going to straighten the right leg out. Let's just hold this here.
breathing here, noticing that straight leg is really going to pull on your lumbar spine. So can I keep the kidneys heavy in the ground? Knees apart. This will induce quite a back bend if we're not paying attention. We don't really want that. So at the same time as we're drawing the knees apart, we're going to settle the ribs a little bit heavier on the floor. And then all we're going to do here is a little constructive rest without just not doing anything. We're going to draw the knees away from each other. And the shin and the foot to the floor. Keep track of that right hip. You're going to bend the knee and lower the leg down. Soften the kidneys back a little bit, rounding the spine, lifting the leg evenly with that. We don't want to arch our back to pretend our leg goes back. The brain loves to do that. But we're going to say with the conscious brain, we're saying, no, we're not going to back up on this. Oh, that feels so good. Again, notice the amount of external rotation, just letting that leg be, how much that increased in comparison to the other side. Big range of motion is good, but still go slow. And then bend the knee, lower the leg all the way. Something that is providing a lot of support, I think is very important. And a bolster is good and pillows are good, but even just for a couple of minutes throughout the day, finding something that gives us support. Now this could be much higher. I'm not uncomfortable. I don't feel like my back is rounded like that. So I can right now personally do it. Bolsters, pillows. If your back feels like you're not even able to sit upright and forward, please do sit on something. It's so important. In a way, it's my rolling like a ball spine, right? I'm trying to create an evenly shaped spine. I don't want to round wherever I can. I'm trying to take movement away from places that move a lot and bring movement into places that don't move so well. And then push all the way down to come back up. If you succeed to really pull back here, you're going to feel your legs more. That's the giveaway, that we're less in our spine to assist us.
Happen. I know it. And then slowly maybe come back and just unwind this, unpretzel it, and then slowly going to bend the knees, find the power in your feet, and we're going to slowly come all the way up. Now we're going to start to hop the left leg back in space, and we're basically in a long lunge, in a lunge position, and we're going to jiggy, meaning we're shifting forward and backward in our legs. Grab on with your toes to the earth forward as we can. Maybe it's just a long crouch. This doesn't even have to be a lunge anymore. And we're going to slowly come up to standing. Stay for a moment. My back knee is bent. I'm going to stick my butt out and take my kidneys back. So here's full on glute, full on quad, hamstring, glute on the other side. I'm going to step forward. And then we're going to take the left hand inside the left foot, push down into that hand. Your right fingertips might be on the floor. And then we're going to rotate and sit down on the left hip, left buttocks. And then putting your right fingertips back on the floor or not, right? That's up to you. I'd highly encourage it. And then step your left foot next to that left hand again. Grab on with your fingers to the floor, lifting up the hip and turn. Now you might have to use that hand and step the foot forward. My kidneys back up, my sits bones are back, my buttocks is on. And then I'm going to step forward. Great. For the rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. See you soon.